of Lord Balaram. So it's got it. Okay, and okay. All right, you might have to click got it. Okay. All right, and welcome everyone to the full moon healing. And I was doing a yoga class before this, and somebody asked me, what has moon got to do with yoga? So moon has got everything to do with yoga. So moon is the yogacharya. So moon is the controller of the mind. Okay, moon is also the controller of all the energy in food. Therefore, moon is known to be the controller of good health and disease. Because if you are not in good health, that means you are disease. So what we call unease means not at a state of ease. Correct? So if you're not healthy, then you're sick. And who is responsible? So basically, sun and the moon are the source of energy for every living entity. Sun and the moon. The light of the sun and the light of the moon. But moonlight is a reflection of sunlight. Now, sunlight is incorporated in yoga, or sun is incorporated in yoga in Surya Namaskar, sun salutations. That is the first thing we practice in Surya Namaskar. In the yoga series is the sun salutations. Why? Because sun is the only source of heat and light. Those are the two things we need in our life, right? We need light. Right now there is light because of sunlight. You can see me. However horrible I look, but you can see me. Yeah? And then there is moonlight. So today is full moon. And when you go out, there is some light at night. So that is called full moon. Now this moon is responsible for the activities of the mind. The activities of the mind. So activities of the mind are called or also influenced by lunar. So therefore the phase we find lunatic. Correct? Lunatic. And what happens is, because moon is responsible for all the energy in the food, if we consume food as per the phases of the moon, then you get a better result rather than eating indiscriminately. It is not a surprise today at all, because you see, you think so many people are healthy. Today, so many people are eating at whatever time they want, whatever they are doing. But look at the statistics. 40 to 50% of American adult population is either diabetic or pre-diabetic. Means half of the people are diseased. At least 1 in 3 is fully diabetic. And 1 out of 7 have severe psychiatric issues. Now it's even more. 1 out of every 5 have psychiatric issues. Therefore, we have to understand we have a huge influence of the sun and the moon in our life. Therefore, one has to follow the phases of the sun and the moon. So how do you incorporate the sun? So sun is incorporated by the Surya Namaskar and other practices. There is a beautiful instance in the Srimad Bhagavatam. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a Prithu Maharaj, a great king. he builds a chariot which glows as beautiful as the sun. He doesn't want night. He doesn't want night. So he builds a chariot as big as the sun, and he rides that chariot opposite to the sun. So whenever the opposite side of the sun, so you see there is the earth. So one side of the earth gets sunlight. So there are two ways to look at it. Every 24 hours, either the earth rotates or the sun rotates. But actually, according to Bhagavatam, the sun rotates every 24 hours. And if you see, if you stand on a beach in Los Angeles, so what happens? The sun sets, right? So you are standing like this, and the sun goes around, and you see the sun setting into the ocean. But actually, the sun is going around. So every 24 hours, the sun goes around, and the opposite side of the sun is shadow. So that is night. So sun's light falls. And Prithu Maharaj started riding the sun on the opposite side. I'm giving this an example because this is related to digestion. I'm not explaining astronomy. Okay. I'm just trying to get you, what is he trying to do? So when he goes around, there is no night. Prithu Maharaj did not want night. So when he went opposite, what that example inspired me to think and to realize that all of us are very potential to overcome our problems, our health problems, our physical problems, our mental problems. Okay, we can overcome. But what Prithu Maharaj had was two things. One, he had the knowledge. Second, he had the purity. He had the empowerment to apply those teachings. Okay, so when we practice yoga, when we practice bhakti or bhakti yoga, it encompasses all fields of action. So our fields of action, so diet, meditation, asana, pranayama, so all these are incorporated. And when all incorporated things, all of our incorporation is pure, so then we can offer it to the Lord, and that offering completes the bhakti. So that is called as surrender. So that is called as surrender. Now surrender, what we call as Sharanagati. So in the Yoga Sutras, now forget even about Bhagavad Gita, even in the Yoga Sutras, he says Samadhi Siddhir Ishvara Pranidhanat. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says Tadvidhi Pranipatena. So what Pranipat Krishna is telling? So Patanjali is saying Samadhi Siddhir only by surrender. Ishvara Pranidhanat. Ishvara Pranidhana. So that Pranidhana, so that surrender. So this is the ultimate goal. So because the thing is, we are a small cosmic unit, and the universe is the large cosmos. And your body is also a mini cosmos. Okay. So the glands in your body, the chakras, the 7 upper chakras, they correspond to the 7 upper levels of the universe. The 7 lower chakras in your body, they correspond to the lower levels of the universe. So that is why whenever there is a planetary movement, planetary alignment, it has a direct effect on your energy. And of those, Jupiter, Saturn, and Moon have the highest influence. Sun, of course, the main. Sun is called as the soul, Atma. But the highest influence that we can find very quickly is that of the Moon. So anyone who applies the philosophy of Moon, worshipping the Moon, surrendering unto the Moon, he gets a very, very wonderful result in terms of digestion, in terms of healing, in terms of applying the principles of healthy eating and activities. Now, in your body, so in a person, in a person's body, there is a corresponding element of the cosmos in your body. So there is, for the sun, it is the soul itself, Atma Karaka. And also the Manipura Chakra, the fire of digestion. For the moon, it is your mind. And also there is a nectar here in the brain, Chandra. It is said in the upper area where the, I think there is a gland there, pineal gland. And that releases the energy. The pineal gland releases the energy. So, so let me just close out one or two things here, just to improve the speed. So we find that in our practice, there is a lot of mention, there is a lot of mantras, there is a lot of mention of the moon, there is a lot of and the sun. So there's a lot of mentioning of sun and the moon, as we find, and they play a pivotal role in our practices. So for the sunlight, every day we welcome it. It is said one should welcome the sunlight with Surya Namaskar. One should welcome moonlight with meditation. So there is 3 Sandhya. There is in between periods. 3 Sandhya, in between periods, in which we find in the 3 Sandhyas. So why are these periods given? So that we can adapt or make time in our day-to-day life for deeper meditation. For deeper meditation. So that's why these timings are given. Okay. All right. So today being the full moon, we have to harness the energy of the full moon for our healing journey. The healing journey is very long, and life is all about healing. So in order to heal, we have to align ourselves with our diet, with our practices, with our meditation, with the universal energy. And that's what we do. So how do you align? So align is by prayer, by thinking about them, and by surrender. Okay. So for example, that is why it's called being conscious. So when you are conscious of something, so that plays a big role in how you deal with it. For example, people go and eat street side food, right? So you go, you have some plate, you order some food, and then you just, so the whole goal is there to enjoy. Okay, suppose you are traveling, you are stressed, you have no way to cook, that's the only way, okay. But when you eat a food, like for example, in Japan, they drink a tea, correct? They drink tea, there is a ceremony, means it is said even when you drink water, people drink. That is very damaging. But if you drink water sip by sip, not very, very fast, you don't gush the water into you, you slowly activate. So everything should be done slow. So even when you do yoga, it's not like a Zumba dance. You know, many people do yoga with aerobics, this and that. No, yoga is a slow, calm, healing process. It's not about developing all those, gymnastic things. It's not about doing, like today I have another, in Facebook, I created just to watch these yoga pages, and they are holding the leg, holding the hand, and doing very advanced poses, which is good. But even gymnasts do advanced things. But what is the difference? The difference is how you handle or tune the mind and achieve higher goals. So our goal is to achieve the higher goals of life. So higher goals of life is to have a calm, systematic, inner connection with the Supreme, with the universe. So this is a higher goal. Because the thing is, ultimately we see, especially in this pandemic, we saw how people are actually suffering in many different ways, and we have to realize that what is the main cause of all this suffering is actually fear. Is actually fear. So when we overcome this fear, now how do you overcome fear? So fear is overcome by two things. One, by knowledge, and second is by pure thinking. Is by pure thinking. So when you overcome fear, actually all the problems get solved. Most of the adrenal problems, digestive problems, stress related problems are all due to fear. So if we can overcome fear, so to overcome fear, one needs to hold on to knowledge very strongly, right? Yogic knowledge. You have to feel that knowledge. You have to feel. So it is said in the yogic practices, it is said, Rakshayati iti Vishwaso, that one should feel the protection of the Lord. So that protection, when you feel that, even when one practices bhakti, Krishna says that none of your practice is lost. So if we practice even yoga to a certain degree, so this month I'm very happy to see that Hugo, our Gayatri Mataji, they took it very seriously. And there is also Sanatan Prabhu. Today he could not be present. And there were a few others who joined. Many made it halfway, 3/4 of the way. And they have a full experience of this fast. He gave a very beautiful testimonial, our Hugo. So maybe in a couple of in maybe a short 2 minute, if you can explain your experience to everyone, so I think everyone will appreciate.
Well, thank you, Prabhu, putting me on the spot. Well, I'm at the ashram right now. I'm kind of playing brahmachari for a couple of months between my graduation from university to moving on to my career. So these few months are dedicated to my spiritual development and creating foundations that I can keep for the rest, well, for the upcoming steps and ideally for the rest of my life. And so that's part of the inspiration why I did this fast. And I was incredibly impressed by it. That's what I can say, because fasting to me is associated with health, but particularly like bodily health, what you eat or don't eat, perhaps physical strength or these kinds of things. But the thing that I underestimated and that I really realized through this fast is how the way that we take care of the body and use the body is directly connected with how our mind operates and how our consciousness operates, and ultimately how well we practice our sadhana. Because we can practice our spiritual sadhana, but then how are we practicing it? Are we practicing it well, or are we practicing it kind of mediocre? And for me, I've definitely seen that by regulating the body, it's had a significant improvement on the fluctuations of my mind and has allowed me to kind of access the subconscious layers of my mind in a deeper way. I've gotten educated on kind of the deeper levels of my stress and fear that I didn't even know I had, because when day 8, 9, 10 of the fast came around, it was miserable. But then getting through that and learning proper techniques for relaxation, meditation, developing a new consciousness around food, that allowed me to move past that. And once I was past that, and for days, 2 weeks, I was not eating anything solid, and the things that I was eating was sprouts and fruits and just these very uplifting foods. It showed me a new space that my consciousness could operate in that I didn't realize was accessible. And for that, I'm very thankful. And so definitely never again will I underestimate the influence of diet and bodily activity on the consciousness, and thus on my spiritual sadhana. So I think that's what I would say about that. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. And there are a few more, but not everybody could be present today. But as we can see that it has, depending on how nicely we apply, right? Everything depends on how nicely we apply. And if we follow it very sincerely, and I'm always there. So any questions, anyone, I'm always there to help in our fasting and healing program. Now, coming back to the full moon healing ceremony. So give up all fear. So first of all, give up all fear and practice our meditation, diet, yoga with full faith. The only thing and we should be anxious for or eager for or focused on is a regulated practice, is to be able to do it every day. Okay, so let us start the healing meditation today, and we will start with the and I would like to welcome Yelena today, joining us for the first time. All right, and there's a I will read out Gayatri Mata's beautiful point here. This fast helped me understand how to cherish human birth more. It's so rare to be connected to Guru and Gauranga, so caring properly for my body is my important. Your approach has given me strength to make necessary changes that I was unaware of how to do apply. More to come. So thank you. And we have now we will begin. Yelena is a yoga practitioner, so it's very easy, because in yoga you need a fit body, but you need a fit mind. So Vivek ji joined us a few days ago, and many of you are regularly there. And our whole goal is to give you all the real perspective. It's not that every month you have to do, but you understand with this what foods heal you, what time is important to eat, what is the important times to eat, and how much it can affect your practice. You eat heavy at night, next day morning is gone, right? Then you fast, it's still better. You wake up early. Bhishma Deva says that if you want to give up sleep, then give up overeating or even eating. There is so much there. All right, so let us begin our meditation for healing the moon. Okay, and also I would like to welcome Vishakha Mataji. So for past 1 month we've been working on meditation, and it's a long journey ahead, and we all have to take one step at a time. So we have so many things, and as my journey, it's not that I am liberated. I am also on my journey, and along with you, this month was very intense for me also. And I had a wonderful person like Hugo. He would ask so many questions, and that made me also think, and it helped me on my journey also. There is a lot I need to also practice. I'm coming to a certain levels of my practice, and I will also share that over the coming month. Okay. All right. So now let's start with the mudra, and we will meditate. So just feel the pulse, thumb and the forefinger. Feel the pulse. Relax your pulse. Do you feel it? Right? Keep your hands down. And by the way, talking about this mudra, I saw some sales pickup for our book, the Mudra Healing on, yeah. So it is, as people are learning more about mudra and see the benefits. So feel the pulse, relax your breath, calm down. So by being quiet, by being calm, we are removing the clutter. Just relax your breath, remove the clutter. So how does your clutter go out? By the way of breath. So when you become silent, you see when you are becoming anxious, when your thoughts increase, your breathing increases. So you can see when you relax, your thoughts relax. So breathe in, relaxed, and when you breathe out, just let the breath relax. You don't have to make an effort to breathe out. So effortless. It should be an effortless breathing, very relaxed breathing. Drop your shoulders, relax. Everything should be effortless. Everything should be very calm. So when you become calm, what happens is all the thoughts align in that way. Oh, he doesn't want to be anxious, so let us relax. So the thoughts also relax. One thing, we have to be relaxed, because when you relax, keep this state of relaxation. So when you have to make a decision in life, when you are relaxed, whenever you make a decision, this is a practice to make that deep decision, because many decisions we make, we do not think or have an idea about the consequences. So awareness, mode of goodness. So when you overeat, for example, it's a simple decision, should I eat or not? But then the mind is so heavy that we tend to overeat. So that's a decision. So when you're calm, so your breath is calm. So once you have practiced breathing into your chest, so when you breathe in, your belly is kind of relaxed, tight, and you breathe into your chest. but very calm. We begin with a few ohms. Feel the tension release from the body. Feel the pulse. Now meditate on the moon. The full moon. You don't have to make a bright picture. You just have to have a faint idea. So that you are light and relaxed, just like a light way. The moon is there. Relax. And we chant the mantra for the moon. So I will chant it for a few minutes, then we go on soft, then you chant it mentally. Om Som Somaya Namaha. 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 Feel the mantra vibrate. Be very still, very calm, relaxed. Om Som Somaya Namaha. Om Som Somaya Namaha. Now keep a faint idea of the moon so that you don't have to focus so hard. Just relax. But have the idea of the moon, the full moon blessing you, healing you. And you meditate on the moon rays. And you meditate on this soft mantra. Feel a very relaxed forehead as you relax. All your stress hormones relax. All the calmness of the body and mind you get. Feel a very relaxed body. Experience complete quietness. You have a self-healing spiritual energy within you. When you calm, when you relax, when you faintly focus on the mantra, this energy activates. The Lord of the Moon is Sankarshana. Om Sankarshanaya Namaha. Om Sankarshanaya Namaha. Om Sankarshanaya Namaha. Om Som Somaya 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 Namaha. Mentally keep a faint picture of the moon and relax on this mantra. Feel a healing digestion energy in your stomach. Feel a complete quietness now. I am chanting mentally like in a Vedic way. Om Sam Samaya Namaha. Very soft, in a relaxing way, meditating on the full moon. Because the Soma is the Amrita or the life essence. So the life essence comes from the moon. When the food digests, it takes 37 days for the food to consider to digest into ojas, life essence. So this life essence, think about the life essence, the Amrita, the Soma. So when you eat, think of the life essence. When you use your energy, think of the essence, the life essence. Do not waste energy. Do not waste food. Do not waste the mercy. Use every moment appropriately. Direct this energy properly, systematically. Always endeavor to be in the mode of goodness. And today we pray to Lord Balaram for strength. Being Balaram. Feel all your stress release. Feel your mind align in a healing way with lot of reverence for the sun and the moon. So on the right side of here there is Lord Patanjali, who is also incarnation of Ananta Balaram. So we pray to Patanjali for strength so that we can follow the principles of healing. Feel a healing all the way from the top of the head to the tip of the toe. Experience complete calmness and silence. All your muscles fully calm down. If you have any other thoughts, just softly chant Om. It doesn't have to be loud. Within you, in a soft way, very calm. So now we chant Om 11 times as we end the meditation. Om. 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 Som Somaya Namaha. Join both your hands now. Om Som Somaya Namaha. Om Som Somaya Namaha. Om Som Somaya Namaha. With all reverence to the full moon, we pray to the full moon to always guide us in our intricate decision making so that our mind is calm. And we offer our mind and our sincere efforts by practicing a proper eating and proper schedule in our life in tune with the cycle of the sun and the moon. So we pray to the moon to give us the strength, and we beg for strength, and we offer all that we have done sincerely, and from now on practice even more sincerely to the moon. So hold your hands like this. Ayushyam Tejam Arogyam. So we are praying to the moon god for Ayushyam, long life, Tejam, strong intelligence, Arogyam, strong strength. Dehi me Havyavahana. Hold your hands like this. Dehi me Havyavahana. Ayushyam Tejam Arogyam. Dehi me Havyavahana. Ayusham tejam arogyam dehi me havyavahana. Ayusham tejam arogyam dehi me havyavahana. Dehi me havyavahana. Oh. Dyo Shanti Antariksha Shanti Prithvi Shanti Loka Shanti Shantirastu Dhritirastu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. All right, hope you all had a deep experience of the moon, healing, calming down. I had. I feel very hungry now, actually. Somehow I feel all the stress go away.